This live martial arts class, we're talking about the most effective self-defense weapon. This is the third in this series. We're talking, in this case, about your everyday carry, everyday walking cane, something that you have with you all the time, and how effective it is at striking in a very simple, direct, fast way. This is jabbing motion, using that hook as kind of like a big knuckle, catching the neck, pulling them down for that elbow, catching that leg, snapping them up, pulling them into you, just devastating everything you hit with this everyday item that you have with you all the time. It's one of the most effective martial arts tools that you can carry that's really a simple walking cane. I want to show you how to use it and do some basic warm-ups. We're going to do this twirling or spinning to the outside of the body. And what that looks like is the long side is coming out of my thumb and I'm cranking slow, gradually getting a little faster. And I want to have my hand closed and relaxed so that it doesn't come out of the hand. And I want it to start to build some calluses on my hand so that when I need to, I can get it into this position. If I'm carrying it like this, I can slide it down here. I can carry it to here, bring it across, bring it in. So many things you're going to be able to do with your everyday self-defense cane or just a simple walking cane. From here, I go across the body and back. And you're going to do this because it's going to engage your core muscles. This is going to start to make you stronger. You're going to get leaner. You're going to get faster. You're going to become more agile. You're going to increase your mobility, your flexibility, your strength, and your endurance. This is really important. It's like boxer jumping rope. This is all about conditioning the body to use the most effective self-defense tool, the self-defense cane. So you're going side to side, gradually increasing your speed. Notice I've got this other hand up and in this protected position that gets it out of the way of the cane. This happens. You're going to do that, and when that happens, remember, get that chicken wing in and protect your face. Put it into the other hand. Again, the long side comes out of the thumb, and you're going to make this cranking motion, this turning motion. The hand is closed. Start to speed that up and make sure I turn my body enough so I don't whack myself in the face. Other hand is up, and then you go across and back. I'm gonna do each one for about 30 seconds, over and over again. And if you look at my feet, I'm using a wide angle lens today, so you can see what my feet are doing, and you're not staring at the ceiling. You suggested that. That was a great idea. I didn't even think of that. But the feet are just directly under my body. You can also do this if you're sitting in a chair, a wheelchair. If you're sitting at the bus station, you can defend yourself. If you're sitting on a train, get this in this position. Everything that we do can come from both a standing position and you're sitting there, defend yourself, shove them back, push through their throat, bust their knee, strike low, strike high. You can do it from the ground even. I've been practicing a lot lying on my back, imagining that I were hit in the head or knocked down or I tripped myself, and then all of a sudden someone's about to jump on me, ground and pound, and I have to fight my way, get them off first, and get back up on my feet. You can do all of it with this everyday self-defense tool, the self-defense cane. Go back to the first hand, go back into this. And I want you to do this for a while because it gets your heart rate up. When you start to talk about practical self-defense, self-defense that works, you have to put yourself in the mind of staying physically active, physically fit. You keep hearing self-defense is 90% mental, and that's a mistake. That's a platitude, right? All platitudes, the reverse is also true, which means self-defense is 90% physical. So if you have a great mental strength, and you can imagine all the things you're going to do to that person, if they just even come close to you, but you're severely out of shape because you spent the last 40 years sitting on the couch or sitting in front of a computer, driving to your job, or riding to your job, riding home, watching television, sleeping, eating bad food. Your body's out of shape. I don't care how much mental strength you have, you're going to get exhausted, you're going to get worn out, your body's not going to work the way you imagine it will. But if you prepare a little bit, and this is one of the best ways to start, over and back, engage the core, start to improve your posture, get your heart rate up a little bit at a time, get that around there, so you can start to break a sweat, lean out faster, get stronger, get healthier. Then self-defense will work for you. And that 90% mental, that'll become 10%. Because 90% physically, you're going to be in great shape. You're going to be able to last in the fight. You're going to have endurance. You're going to have flexibility. You're going to be able to move like you used to when you were much younger. Now, the next thing I want you to do is put the cane in front of your body, and this is called an assisted squat. And the reason I want you to do an assisted squat is if you have to throw a punch, or you have to strike, or you have to push them off of you, or let's say they're getting too close, before you can throw this, you just throw a basic little kick. You use your shin straight up between their legs, lift them up off the ground. You need to have strong, powerful legs. This is also going to lean you out faster, make you skinnier, much more quickly. Put it here, squat. I think I just said quicklier, but I think you know what I mean. Hips back, using the cane for an assisted squat makes it a little easier, meaning that if you haven't done these for a while, it's not going to feel as painful. You're going to be able to have more range of motion. You're going to be able to assist your leg muscles in getting stronger faster. You're going to exceed your fitness goals with this self-defense cane by simply assisting yourself on these squats. Do that for about 30 seconds. Great thing about leg work is it releases those precursors to the chemicals to get your chemistry right, so you start to build muscle, you sleep better at night, you get lean body mass. Now, the next thing, we'll go back to our twist, front and back. I want you to now start to put them together. Couple here, couple here. And when you're doing it this way, you're now starting to carve new neural pathways in the brain, increasing your brain elasticity, but also getting your heart rate up. Put it in that other hand, and then front and back, side to side, back out, in, out, and in. Second set of squats, just in the middle, down and up, 2, 3, 4, 30 seconds. You don't really need to count. I naturally just count. Now, in this workout, I'm going to show you the exercises that you need to do to very quickly, immediately, as soon as you get your cane, know how to defend yourself with it. Number 1, step up and into the attack, or step back and away from the attack. Now notice, let's say the attack's right here. There's where the bad guy is. If I step back, my cane is in front of me. If I step forward, my cane is in front of me. I'm going to put the cane between me and the threat. From here, you have now a big stick, which gives you 2 things. Distance and a hard edge that doesn't have blood flowing through it and skin on top, right? There's no tendon in there to slice. There's no bone in there to break. So between me and the threat, I step in, step back. Either way, the cane goes between me and the threat. Number 2, the first strike is going to come from your shoulder. So you're in a better position, strike. Better position, strike. It's just this basic angle. You're already here, then you're here. Now, if you happen to lift it up here, this is a less threatening pose. There's a lot of stuff you can do here too. But this is day 1. This is our 3rd workout, right? But imagine you're just getting into the cane. You want to learn how to immediately feel more confident, more secure, more safe, more mobile. You're going out for the first time in a while. Maybe you need the cane for mobility and you stop getting outside because you're afraid of how it makes you look weak, like a target. Now you have some options. So from here, put the cane between you and the threat, and then there's that first strike. Imagine I'm reaching in to grab, snatch you up, and try to take something from you that's not mine. You have that first basic strike. That's what this is about. The hands are up or here, the cane's between me and you. I'm gonna put it in your line of sight so you can't see me very well. You're gonna have to come around my cane to get to me. From here, there's that first strike. Second strike comes from the other shoulder. So now you have 2 strikes. 1, 2, 1. I want you to warm up 30 seconds. Remember this hand up and out of the way. Don't forget, you can do all of this from a seated position. Wheelchair, park bench, on the bus, on the train, wherever you're sitting. you simply get it in a better position, put the stick between you and the threat. There's that first strike. Come in for a grab. Maybe he's got that knife. He's going to stick it in. Great thing about the cane, like I said before, two things. Why it's the most effective self-defense tool is because it's longer than the knife, giving you distance. Now, if I don't have my cane, he's got the knife, I've got to wait till it's here. No, you're right on time. You're not late. I have to wait till it's here to try to take it away from him. Maybe I'm going to do some hubad lubad, some kali, some sakal, some salat, or maybe I do the old-fashioned, karate, taekwondo, whatever the things that we've learned in the past that we know are going to get us cut and killed. But most effective self-defense tool from here is a big stick. He comes in with that weapon. I'm going to hit his hand. Or better, I'm going to go for his operating system. This is the end. Ding, ding, ding. He's coming, right? He wants to get this in me. He's trying to get closer. Maybe I go for his hand, but maybe I don't want to risk it. He comes in. I go right here, and I shut out the lights. Let the cops come and sweep him up, take him to jail for self-defense. That's what we're talking about. Effective. But I want you to practice getting that better position. Let's review real quick. Stick goes between you and the threat. Your cane is in the front hand. So if you're stepping back, this is my right hand, you have to step back with the left. If it's in your left hand, step back with the right. If you're stepping forward, I like to step forward. I like to be really close. I like to take the fight for self-defense. I like to take the fight in, jam them up. So right hand, I'm going to step with the right. But either way, it's in the front hand. So if you're stepping back, front hand, stepping in, front hand. Number two, practicing those two basic angles that make that X. Down and down. 1, 2, 3. Start to speed it up. As you get warmed up, you want to be more intense because this is about self-defense. This is not about get a black belt, get an orange belt, get a green belt, get a certificate for the wall. This is about you getting out of the house, feeling more safe, whatever the situation is. From here, stepping, 2, just like that. So that means, because this is all practical, and I'm not doing it for any aesthetic reason, I'm not doing it to earn a belt, I'm not doing it to earn anybody else's approval, I just want to feel confident in my ability to protect myself and the people I care about. I'm going 1, 2, stronger, faster, for as hard as I can, put as much pressure as I can to my hand. When I do that, that's that's what makes these calluses. This is where you're going to get these calluses from doing this hard and fast for 30 seconds. You might get blisters the first time. Then you put it in the other hand and you do the same thing. Yeah, we'll talk about the hook. Same thing from here. Let me talk about the hook real quick. Take the hook, okay? The guy comes up. You're holding it like this. He throws a punch. You're going to block him this way. You're going to twist, turn. You're going to push down. You're going to twist it this way 16 times. And I want you to twirl it, throw it up in the air, catch it, go behind your back, over the head, and hook him over here. Now, I'm jesting. I'm joking. I'm not being honest with you. Don't worry about the hook for all those joint locks, pressure points. We'll do that. You're going to learn that. I promise you. I promise you in the higher levels, you're going to learn that. If you try to learn that from day one, and that's cool. I understand why you want to learn it. I think it's super cool. That's what I learned when I started with the keto cane. Every motion was pull him here, turn here, come here. There was even a fancy one from a front. Guy goes for a kick. He's kicking you, right? Boom! Like he's going to kick you in the face. But you're holding your cane like this. You block him this way, pushing his leg around. That twists him. Then, from there, you hook it up between his legs. Whew. And you pull. And that was the move. All these fancy things with the hook. Now, here's why I don't want you to focus on that right now. We will talk about the hook, but we're going to talk about the hook as a hammer. We're going to talk about the hook as a big knuckle straight into his face. We're going to talk about the hook maybe if we want to grab him. Here, we're going to talk about this hook coming across his face. I'm here. He's too close. I bring this part down through his nose, bust his nose off his face. I bring it down and jam. He's too close. I'm gonna talk about the hook coming here, smashing across his face and then in like a rifle butt. But we're not gonna talk about the hook, joint locks, pressure points, come along techniques. All those things I've done many, many times to a high level of proficiency. It's like the old style jiu-jitsu, pre-Brazilian jiu-jitsu, BJJ. BJJ's been around forever, but it only came to the States, what, like the 80s? But we're talking about like, so Wally J, small circle jiu-jitsu, all that cool stuff. Joint locks, pressure points, come along techniques. This, the C here, pulling them back, pulling them out of a car. I've done that when I was law enforcement. All the pressure points in the arm, all the guy grabs me here, so I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna grab here, I'm gonna crank him down. But I like this better. He grabs me here, let's say he's right behind me, bam! Just bring it up and smack him. So, yeah. But you have to do it on somebody who's not fighting back very hard. That's the key for all these things. And if somebody's like got their adrenaline running, most of that stuff doesn't work. They don't even feel it. Those of you know what I'm talking about. The hand twist, the chicken wing. There's a funny movie with Vin Diesel where he plays like a Navy SEAL. Really not very accurate, but a Navy SEAL. And he's Pacifier. If you've seen The Pacifier, or think of, what's that other one with one of the Wayans brothers, where he plays the Marine drilling sergeant and does the Billy Jack line from the movie, I'm gonna put the right side of my foot on the left side of your face, there's nothing you can, boom! And that's what he did. You guys ever see the old Bang Soo-han student, Billy Jack? Boom! I've been around for too long, right? Anyway, the point is, all the stuff I learned when I was much younger and did over and over and over again in the dojo or the dojo, that does work with a partner exceptionally well, better and better. And I've seen people use some of them. They don't compare to when you get your stick and you're walking down the street and you go like this. You put this between them, and then there's that one, and then there's that two. That's more important than learning all the joint locks, pressure points. Remember what I said? We're not getting a black belt in this. We're not getting a yellow belt. We're not getting a certificate for the wall. We're learning how to get out of the house and feel more confident, get stronger. So from here, I just want to come in the most basic, simple way. I'm going to show you a kata, or what I like to call a fighting set. I'm going to show you the fighting set today. Because you keep asking me, do you have a kata? Do you have a Cane Masters kata? I don't have the Cane Masters kata. Cane Masters is a whole system, right? CaneMasters.com, go there, check it out. Gary Hernandez, if you've watched Gary Hernandez's channel, he is a big fan of practicality. That's why I like to watch him so much. And just get in there, get them back, get them off of you, shove them back, jab, like that rifle bayonet strike. There's that rifle butt. So I like that. I like super cool stuff. Cane Fu for seniors. Cane Fu for seniors. Twisting, joint lock, same kind of stuff, cool, but I want you to get there so much faster. I want you from the beginning, immediately, as soon as you get your everyday carry, Cane Masters cane, I'm gonna put a link up on that. Right now you can go below and get the everyday carry. Cane Masters cane is called a street cane. If you go below to the link where it says get a cane here, get a fighting cane here, click on the street cane. This is the practice cane. It's much lighter. It's made out of rattan, like an Eskrima stick or an Arnis or a Kali stick. So it moves really fast. And you can effectively defend yourself with it. It hits really hard. But the oak cane, the street cane that's in there, that's an everyday carry. That's the one you put in your car when you drive around and you got to get gas, it's a bad neighborhood. That's the one you live in the apartment, you have to walk to work late at night. You carry that with you, right? Let them think whatever they want. Maybe you carry it like this. It's a fashion accessory. You have it just in case your hip starts to hurt. They can't tell you you're not allowed to have it, right? It's your right. It's your right to carry it. Let me show you one of the best things about the cane. When you have this and get itchy back, right there. Yeah. My wife says, you're like a bear. I was just rubbing up against the trees and stuff. It's true. I get itchy, right? Anyway, that's what you have that for. All right, back to the serious training. Here's the fighting set. Here's the kata. Yes, you would, and then you'd go to jail. I know you're just joking, but I just wanted to give you some attention for that joke. Now that that's over, I want you to think about this kata, and then I'm going to show you a couple more ways I want you to strengthen your body, get fighting fit. You're going to start right here. This is my right hand and right foot. And I don't care which side you start because it's exactly the same. It's a mirror. Step into that protected position. Strike in. Now, bring your feet up so they're just under your body. Strike to the right. There's a person right here. I'm breaking his ribs. Now, someone's running up behind me with that big chunk of concrete to smash me in the back of the head. I'm going to step and strike. But when I do that, watch. I'm going to extend a little bit. I'm going to step, extend, and strike. That's what it looks like behind me. I'm going to hit him before he hits me. So again, just the first side, step with the right. This is just a way to disguise repetition for you to do this over and over and over again so that you're fighting fit, so that you get strong fast, your body becomes more flexible, more mobility, get more mobility, strength, and endurance. And you're just practicing all the basic strikes. So from here, I'm going to show you the first part too. Step in, better position, strike, feet up, push to the side, hit him. Think about hitting the guy's coming up here. You see him out of your periphery before he can hit you, you hit him. For self-defense, the guy's running up behind you, you sense him, or when you're looking at hitting this guy, you see him out of the corner of your eye, he's got that big frozen water bottle. He's going to brain you with it. You see him coming. See how I turned my head? That's how you see him coming, by the way. Turn your head, and I'm going to step. Remember, you're going to extend a little bit. I'm going to extend and jab behind. Now that puts my left foot in the lead. So watch what I do with my cane. I'm going to take my right hand off. I'm going to bring it back and over my head, and from here, I'm going to strike. It's very powerful. Remember I said you're going to use that like a big hammer and not think of it as a hook so much? So I'm going to just smash because now it's heavier. So I smash here. I'm going to step up with the other foot. I'm going to break his ribs. I see the guy behind me, step back, and I slam. Now, the hook is always staying on my right side. And that's how I want you to practice this for now. So feet under your body. This is step one. Better position. Strike. Step two. Feet up under your body to the side. Step three. Step back to the right. Strike. Around your shoulder and strike. Step up to the side. Step back. Right through his midsection. You're going to hit him wherever you can hit him, right? Right through the middle. It's going to be very effective. You can smash his nose, break his windpipe, he's dead. For self-defense, for you to go home safe. For you to keep him from taking things that belong to you. Your dignity, your rights, your right to move around the world, or your world, unmolested by bad guys. That's basically your right. Your right to have your family and your friends with you when you do that and not have them threatened by thugs and punks and criminals and bad guys. That's what you're protecting. Remember, and that's why this is so serious to me. That's why I'm not commenting too much on all the other stuff, right? The katana, whatever, Minecraft. Just assuming you're a child. From here, nothing wrong with that. That's okay. Step in, better protection, better position, strike. That's one. This is my right hand, right foot's forward. Left foot comes up under my body. Push to the side. Break this guy's ribs. Right foot steps back. This is almost where I started, but I'm on the other side. Smash. Remember, add a little room. Smash. Bring it around your shoulder. Strike. Bring your feet up. Strike to the side. Step back. Strike. Bring it around your shoulder. Strike. 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 1, 2, 3. You start by doing 30 seconds. Once you get this pattern down of 3 strikes on each side. 30 seconds, a total of 6 strikes. You'll be able to do 6 strikes in 30 seconds. You'll probably be able to do this full routine, maybe, I don't know, 20 times. 20 times 6, 120 strikes. That's what I mean by disguising repetition. You're going to get better, faster. 1, 2. After a while, you're going to get smoother. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 30 seconds over and over and over again. That's a fighting set. Now we're gonna add kicks to the fighting set in the next workout. But first, if you have it, grab your band, and I put a link below if you wanted to get a set of bands. Now, full disclosure, I get like 90 cents if you buy a band. I get a little bit more on a cane, but it's not that much. I'm not making even my light payment on the things that I put, the links that I put in. It's because you asked me very specifically, where can I get this? Where can I get that? And I know because I looked for months and years, and there's so much junk on Amazon that's not good stuff. I don't know why I keep looking. All right, I keep looking to see what his comment is or her comment or whatever, but I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, I'm not part of the conversation. So this is dropping down. The cane is in front of your body. This is the red one from the link below. Comes in a set. The red is the lightest. And the way you can figure out which ones they are is right here. How wide they are. So if you go black, it's going to be a little wider on the purple, a little wider on, I think green is the other one. The green is like, whew. The green's great because you're going to work up to the green and you're going to be extremely strong. But you're going to start here with the red, no matter how strong you are now. And you're going to put this in front of your body, and you're going to bring, see, it's still in front of my body, the stick's in front of your body, the cane. You're going to bring this around. So now you have the cane attached to your chest, like that. The band just around your back, nothing fancy. And we're going to do push-ups first. And the reason for the push-ups is that when they get too close, when you have to do close quarters combat, they've closed the distance faster than you realized for whatever reason. You were caught off guard, there's multiple attackers, or they tricked you. And they're too close, they're in your face. You're just gonna take both hands on it, you're gonna shove them back. And this right here, if you do it forcefully enough, all of this is gonna hit them here, or remember that throat? No one can stop this. When you push into someone's esophagus, that soft cartilage that can break, and if it breaks, they probably won't survive that. Every animal, every human animal, every mammal or whatever, the dog coming at you, the shark, I don't know, but the shark doesn't have the neck, right? They say punch the shark in the nose. I'm ready. I'm down here, we got the sharks right now on the beach. We go to the beach every weekend, I'm ready. I hope, I don't want to punch a shark in the nose, but I also don't want him to get my kid or me. Anyway, that's just how I'm wired. Right here, in the throat, that pushes them back. So now you have this, and you push it back. Not necessarily, but good question. Thank you. Thank you for that good question. You don't necessarily go back because you're gonna go fast. You're just gonna push as hard as you can. And if it hits their face, even if they're holding on to you, they're gonna have to let go, especially if you go to the face or the throat. All their focus, their mental focus right now is getting you, and then you hit them in the face or the throat, all their focus goes to that pain, that gag reflex. So from here, to practice that, to get stronger there, your hands are on the outside of the bands. Hold it and see where my thumbs are. You can have the thumbs here. I like to put the thumbs here. And you're gonna push slowly. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do sets of 5. And then I'm gonna go down for 5. Now this is working the lower part of your chest. Not only are you gonna look stronger, you're gonna be taller, but you're gonna be able to defend yourself better because these bands, it's not like working out in the gym. It's not just for the aesthetics, it's not just for the looks. It's for practical muscle that's explosive, that is has endurance, 5 in middle and 5 up again. But also all your joints are getting stronger. Your bones are getting more dense. So if you're aging, you're worried about osteoporosis for whatever reason, you have to put your muscles in your body, your bones, your joints, your ligaments under tension. So you're gonna do this to the middle, and so it goes down, 5, middle for 5, and how long? For 30 seconds. We want time under tension. That means as long as you can, keeping tension on the muscle. And you're gonna find with this, for most people, it's not gonna feel like a lot at the beginning, but it's gonna feel like a lot at the end, the longer you do it. Now that's the first set. First set is a warm-up set. It's 30 seconds, 5, 5, 5. Second set, you're gonna take your hands You're gonna bring them inside the band, and you're gonna, and elbows in, it's a push-up. Now we're still working the chest. This is still to keep them from hitting you. You're going faster than you did in the first one, so it's a little faster, and you're gonna see it really fires the muscles in your arm, your chest, and you're gonna fatigue them very quickly. But this is what you want, because you don't just want pretty gym muscles. We don't want muscles from the bench press and the pec deck and the leg press, from the machines, from the Nautilus or whatever they call them now, the Life Fitness machines. We don't want to go just to the purple gym and get a good workout with the no lunk alarm or whatever they call that goofiness. We want muscles that defend us, that work, right? So I do this for 30 seconds and then rest. And by now, you're gonna be feeling it in your arms. You're also gonna be sweating a little bit probably. Then you're gonna come back out to the outside for the third and final set for the chest. And you're going to push, turn, back to the middle and in, and then the other way. Now the reason we're doing this is because when someone grabs your staff, you jam them back, or not your staff, I do the staff too much, right? Jam them back with your self-defense cane, your street cane, your everyday carry, most effective martial arts or non-martial arts weapon. Your hand is gonna be here. They say you grab it, right? Or they grab your cane. The way you break their grip is by twisting. So we're gonna do this extra, I'm gonna show you that in a second. So the way you prepare for that and you get strong for that so that you can twist so fast, you either break their wrist or they go flying to the side. Yes, I love this move too. Or I know if you have done this move on somebody else, you see what happens is they go like this, and then they're immediately, their grip, no matter how strong they are, their focus is on pulling the weapon away from you. Your focus is on twisting. So you automatically win, no matter how much stronger than they might be than you are. They're trying to get that away from you, so they're coming this way, but you're twisting this way. This is very powerful for them because they're engaging their big back muscles. You're twisting here, that's just the muscles in here for them. So they can't fight that. You're using your two arms to create that. So, and we'll go over that again in a second when I show you the motion without the band. But so from here, for 30 seconds, slow and controlled, turn and in. And now you might ask, what happens if that strap comes up and pops you in the back of your neck? Just think of it as extra bonus credit. That's good, that'll make you tougher. Turn, plus it'll help you learn how to keep it down. You'll get the hang of it after you do it for a little bit. But I'm telling you from experience, I've popped myself in the neck many, many times. I've not once died or had a bruise or had to go to the hospital. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it stings, sometimes it's just frustrating, but you will survive. 30 seconds, continuous motion, time under tension is the key. Time under tension is what gives you real strength, real power, packs that dense muscle, but also fires and ignites those quick twitch muscle fibers. It's gonna make you more explosive and powerful. All right, so that's 30 seconds. Now, we're gonna give the upper body, or the front of the body, the pectoral muscles and the triceps a little bit of a rest, and we're gonna work on the upper part of the arm, the bicep. And again, it's not for aesthetics, not for the looks. It's not for you to walk around on the beach, although you'll look much better. It's for those uppercuts, and it's for those uppercuts with the cane. It's for that upper strike. We didn't do those yet, but you did them in the last two workouts. This, any time, snatching them in and pulling them back, right? Being able to pull the cane and twist the cane. All the upper body or upper arm muscles are gonna be worked out in this basic workout. So I do the same thing. All I did, it was on my back. I just slid it down under my glutes. And I'm gonna sit back. You're gonna sit back like you're sitting into a chair, just like that, and you're gonna curl. And these are isolation exercises. So you're slowly gonna pull, slowly pull. And at the top of the motion, I want you to squeeze that muscle tightly, right? Try to get blood into the muscle so it gets stronger and it grows. Good. I'm glad using the cane and walking with the cane and all that, whether you need it every day or you don't need it yet, it's a good weapon, a good self-defense tool to learn how to use. And if you need it for mobility, it's really important. You go from being worried someone's going to make you a victim or take advantage of you looking like you're weaker because of the cane, to you feeling more strong, more confident, and saying to the person, get out of my face. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like my cane. You have no right to invade my personal space. And the whole time you're holding that cane up between you and them. Now, 30 seconds, and your palms are up, and all I'm doing is that curl. Notice that my hands are rolled back a little bit, and I'm just doing this. That isolates the upper arm. Second, you're going to bring your hands closer together to the inside of the band. You're going to give yourself about 30 seconds rest. You're going to do a second set. And this is just working on different heads of that bicep, different parts of that upper arm that are going to give you more strength and stability in all of your strikes, your blocks, your ability to smash someone for self-defense. Get them off of you, get them away from you, and then 30 seconds rest. I'm doing these a little too close together, so I'm really over-fatiguing my arms. But the point is this, with just this simple little red band and your everyday carry cane, if you got the Cane Masters or if you got like this one here, with just these, you can replace the entire gym and get strong, effective, attractive, useful, practical, rock solid, bulletproof muscle and tendons and joints and bones. You don't need an expensive gym membership. Go there if you like it, if it's therapeutic, if it's enjoyable, if you have other fitness goals, but this is all you need. If you want to get your health back, your vitality, your well-being, strength, flexibility, endurance, this is the way. So now, same thing, still in the same area. It's under my bum there. I'm going to turn my palm down and elbows in, and this is going to fire this part of the arm here, which is, again, part of that whole striking set. It has to be super strong. This is how you do it. Palms down, elbows in. This is the key, because a lot of times you'll start doing it here, and that shifts everything up into here, and you're going to feel it. You want your elbows in, hips back, and pull for 30 seconds. Just time under tension. Remember those 3 words, time under tension. That's how you make your body change and grow. That's how you lean out. That's how you get faster, stronger. That's how you get younger. And if you're younger, you get more speed, strength, power, explosiveness. Time under tension. Plus, you need that endurance for the fight. If we were working out in the gym, who cares, right? If I'm just working out to look good. Now, I'm going to take this off, start from the beginning, just because it's easier to get, instead of getting over my bum. Cane's in front of your body, hangs down a little bit. This is the hook side. I keep it in front of the body. You're going to want to do this, and then you're going to get lost and get frustrated. That didn't work. Remember, cane in front of the body, reach behind you. If you have to, go like this so that that band snaps around your body, and then you can grab it easier. Take this one here. Make sure it's over your arms, around your back again. Now watch this. This is a subtle move, but this is for your triceps, and this is to get you really strong. These are the get off of me, don't get close to me, I have every right to defend myself muscles. These are the push somebody from your flinch block, whether you have the cane in your hand or your hands are open, and stop them from coming in and smash, getting too close. These are the get away from me muscles, the triceps, pushing somebody off of you, right? Now, to do the tricep extension, these are extensions. Your hands are going to be close together. And watch this is really important. I'm not going to go down like you would in the gym because it doesn't work like that. Your triceps do this. They can do this, but this isn't the right setup. But I have to have the string on the ceiling. So from here, you're going to get more of a workout here anyway. Your elbows super tucked to your body. I'm going to show you from this angle first. Just coming out. You can have your hands open or closed. Now, here's my chin. It's still in the same position. That means from here to here, it's forward, it's not down. Also, I'm not pushing like a push-up, like I did before. If your elbows go out, you're gonna know you're pushing. See how my elbows are out? They need to be in. So if you keep your elbows in, tucked in, and you press, 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 now you're isolating, and I can tell you, I can feel the isolation as it starts to really burn out my upper arm, the triceps. You want long, lean, attractive tricep muscles, explosive, with the ability to knock somebody out, get somebody out of your face. This is how you do it. So over and over and over again, 30 seconds. Rest, you should only have to do about 2 sets of those, and then it's gonna really fire the back of those arms up. Now, many more ways that I'm gonna show you how to use this and this together. Get strong, lean, attractive, powerful muscle, do all kinds of stuff with it. But we're gonna go back to this self-defense set or fighting set that I showed you a minute ago, and I wanna show you that twist and how to use it. So from here, this is for review. Starts in my right hand. Doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. We're gonna do both sides evenly. You can start either side. Step into a protective position. You have to make the mental connection that this is what it looks like. Your hands are up and open, except for this one, obviously, between you and the threat. Now, why are they up and open? It's about showing that you're trying to stop, that you didn't leave the house this morning with a weapon and the intention of hurting somebody, that you were walking down the street, somebody got a little too close, or they didn't look right, or they were seemingly aggressive, or they were aggressive, and you said, back up, stop, you're too close. Or you weren't sure, and you said, hey, how's it going? You seem to be getting a little close to me, man. You know, what's going on? And then you say, back up, you're too close. And then you have to do the strike. So this is about this form, stepping into this position to make that mental connection. This is where you start from. If you're here and the threat's here and you're trying to talk, but you have your cane and you're like, if he hits me, you're gonna get smashed in the face. There's no way to go from here to here fast enough. As soon as that punch is coming, your brain sends the message to your hand comes up. It's too slow. Just the message from here to here to here. No matter how fast you think you are, you will never be fast enough. Even if you're here, they throw that punch, you're getting hit in the face. But you're gonna get hit like this and your hands are gonna come up. Like half a second later, a fraction of a second later. If you're here, you're already in a protected position. They throw the punch. First of all, you're gonna put it between their face and your face. And you're gonna interrupt their line of sight, which is a pattern interrupt. They're used to intimidating, hurting people, pushing people around. All of a sudden, and what they see, they get aggressive with people. Most people cower. They freeze. They look down. You're like this. Now, you've interrupted their pattern. They're not getting what they expect. They have to make a conscious decision to continue attacking, because most of those attacks are either habitual. The guys are just so used to doing it. It's like the bully when you were a kid, like your older brother or your younger sister or whatever it was. It's habitual. They just get in that bad habit. They don't even think about it. They're just doing it out of habit. Or they're predators, and they prey on people who look weak. And in their mind, it's subconscious. They dress a certain way, they look a certain way, they say certain things, they're loud a certain way, they physically move in a certain way, and they instinctively see it. Just like a lion smells the blood, or the shark. The shark, they say the blood in the water, right? They chum the water up. The shark smells the blood. All of a sudden, he starts to follow it. He gets excited. He's ready to rip something apart. That's what these guys do. That's what the predators are. That's that whole mindset. So they're coming up to you. They're doing their jerky thing. They're loud. They're aggressive. They look aggressive. They're with other people, because they're usually cowards. They don't do it by themselves. But you see them coming, and you just get in this position, and you turn it and you say, hey, how's it going? Because you don't know. Maybe that's just who they are. But then you have a sense you need to defend yourself. And you say, back up, don't come any closer. I have every right to defend myself. You don't have to like me, but you can't touch me. And now you have the stick between you and them. And then you are ready to defend yourself. But they have to make a conscious decision, because you've interrupted their patterns, what they expect to happen subconsciously. They have to now consciously say, okay, there's a stick in my face. I'm going to get this guy anyway. I'm going to fight this guy anyway. But he's got to get around my stick. He's got to get around your stick. He's got to get around your cane, right? You're going to have it like this. Look at that. It's like a big knuckle. So you have the cane between you and them. Interrupt the pattern. Interrupt their line of sight. Their sight picture, for those of you shooters. So you have this pattern interrupt. And then they're not going to hit your cane. They're not going to stab your cane. They're not going to punch your cane or throw something at your cane. They want to hit you. So they're going to have to come around your cane, So I want you to get really, really comfortable with making this your very first step every single time. You've got to practice, you have to prepare, and if you don't, you have to panic. And that's what happens to most people. Remember I said they cower or they freeze? They say fight or flight, there's also flee. Or no, fight or flight, there's freeze. Freeze is that cowering, it's that not doing anything. Hopefully they'll just stop beating on me in a while. Which works sometimes, but sometimes you're out of luck. I'd rather you be prepared so you don't have to do that. That's why you have this. All right, so from here, this is simple review. It's in my right hand. I step in with the right foot. First strike is that angle across the body. Think of clavicle to rib or temple to cheek. 1, bring your feet up under your body so your feet are square because the attack is now here and you need good footing. 2, now you see, because you hit this guy and you looked at him, there's 1 coming up behind you. And 3, bring it around your shoulder. This is my left foot, my left hand. And it's all right if the hook is now forward, because it's like a big hammer. I'm going to smash them with it. It's heavier than the other side. It's like a weighted, it's like a levered weight. So I hit them here, bring my feet up, strike to the side, step back, and strike. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're doing this just to disguise repetition and burn this into your muscle memory. You might not necessarily do this for protection because you're not going to get stuck on techniques. You think about principles. What are the principles of self-defense? Number 1, pay attention. They call that situational awareness. Law enforcement wants you to know, all the cops that you'll ever meet will say to you, if you ever ask me, hey, how do I stay safe? Situational awareness. Pay attention. OPSEC. We call that OPSEC in the military, operational security. That means, it means a lot of things, more than just situational awareness. But situational awareness is a big part of it. Force security. You want to pay attention to what's happening before the guy gets so close he can blow everybody up, take him out way over there across the street. That's military. For you, it's you come out of your door in the morning and you look first 3 to 5 feet, or 3 to 5 yards around you, right? Who's over there near the hedge or the bushes? Maybe you have a big potter, a potted plant. Is there somebody lurking behind that? And it's real quick. You just scan it. 99,000 times out of 100, you're never going to see anything, right? But it's that one time. Now you've seen it. Now you could go back in your house, lock the door. You step out, situational awareness. You look up, you scan across the street. There you see them. They're across the street. They haven't been there before. They're a little loud. They look a little threatening. Their gestures don't look normal. You don't know if it's a threat or not, but now you know they're there, you can respond to it. If they see you, you're walking this way, they start coming to intercept your path. Before you let them get close enough to even touch you or your family or anybody else, you can go back the other way. You can change your route. You don't have a choice. You got to walk through them. You start to walk. Maybe you change your position of your cane. If it's not one that you walk with, you're carrying it like this. They're closer. Your hands are up. Or just immediately, hey guys, what's going on? What are you doing? Can I help you? Are you guys lost? Do you need anything? And then you'll know very quickly what their intention is, but at least your cane is up. If your hands are here and you put that in their line of sight, you have more options. These are all principles. Principles of self-defense defeat techniques. Techniques will get you killed. In other words, that's why I don't want you to learn come along techniques, pressure points, joint locks. Don't worry too much about this other than thinking of it as a big hammer to smash them with, like a war hammer, like a club. Think of it like that. Think of it as a big knuckle, like a big knuckle this way, coming right into your throat, right? Into the nose, into the eyes, into the solar plexus, into the groin. Think of a rifle butt. Situational awareness, number 2, get in that better position. So in this practice, this fighting set, better position, strike one, strike two, strike three, strike one, strike two, strike three, over and over again. You're practicing that. Situational awareness is number one. Number two, better position, cane between you and the threat, interrupt their eyesight, their line of sight. Number three, ask yourself, what are the targets on them that you are going to remove or destroy? Their ability to see, to hear, to breathe temporarily, smashing their nose, busting their teeth down their throat, blood coming out, eyes watering, throat permanently. Solar plexus, that diaphragm, you put that into a spasm, they can't catch their breath. If you've ever had your wind knocked out, you know what I'm talking about. Think you're gonna die. Those are all things that you can remove or destroy. The joints, the wrist, the elbow, anything that can break or bend in the wrong way, that knee, right? The groin, the solar plexus. If it's that wild animal, that vicious dog running around the neighborhood, maybe that's what you're protecting against. Right across the nose. The operating system, shut that off for a while. These are all the things that go through your head very quickly, and you're gonna know what they are. You're in this better position. Okay, the guy's coming here. I'm going for the head. I'm going to knock him out. That's my target. And then number four, full commitment. All in, every strike. That's why I want you to practice when you strike. Once you get this motion, this basic fighting set, 1, 2, 3, 4. You start to go faster, 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 2, 3. And I don't want it to be pretty. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to be effective. It's supposed to work. So don't worry about making it pretty, right? And then number 5. Remember this, write this down. Write these all down, write them down. Number 5, the fight's not over till you win. You need endurance. Self-defense is 90% physical. That mental part's very important, but it's 90% physical. Fight's not over till you win, right? You get to go home. They go home in the back of a police car. They go home in a body bag for self-defense, whatever. But you have the right. You didn't go out looking for anything. You simply had your cane. You were prepared so you didn't have to panic, so you didn't have to feel afraid, so you didn't have to cower the rest of your life. Like a lot of people are worried, what's going on, what's going on? You're like, I don't want to live like that. I'm going to learn how to use this. I'm going to learn some martial arts. I'm going to know how to throw some punches, get out of the way. I'm going to take personal, I'm my own first responder. I'm going to be my own bodyguard. I'm going to be the person who's responsible for the protection of my family here, right now. I'm not going to wait for the cops to get here. When they do, I'm going to give it over to them. But until then, I don't know if that's going to be 10 seconds, 10 minutes, an hour. But I'm going to be ready to protect my family, protect the things that I care about. Your dignity, your life, your sense of security and well-being, your right to move around your world unattacked by bad people or whatever. And you do that with this, right? So get the bands, get the cane if you don't have it already. I'm going to do more of these. This is number 3. And number 4, we're going to go through all of these strikes, the rest of them, this one, and we're going to talk about how to put those together, how to weave them in. But I never care if you learn how to do the joint locks, pressure points, takedowns. I'll show you at some point. But that's once you get proficient at basic self-defense. Then we can do the icing on the cake, the fun stuff. One more quick technique, because I've been thinking about this. I don't know, it keeps popping in my head. Imagine they're right behind you, and he grabs you by your wrist. Or you're right here, and he grabs you by the wrist. Because you ask me this all the time. What happens if he grabs my wrist? One of the techniques is really cool. You bring it up. You create a pressure point. You're hitting the nerves on the top of the arm. You bring your other hand around, and you crank down. That's old school Hapkido. Hapkido just means jiu-jitsu, by the way. That's old school Hapkido jiu-jitsu. You'll see that in a million different things, right? Boom! You'll see that in the Filipino martial arts. And it's effective, and yes, it does work. But I like this. He grabs your wrist. But if you think about it, what's he or she going to do, the bad guy, for self-defense, when they grab your wrist? They're grabbing to control, to pull this back. Let's say they start to pull you that way. Go with it. But then turn your wrist. They're not going to stop you from turning your wrist. They're not going to be able to. To stop you from turning your wrist, they're going to have to grab your hand. They're not going to grab your hand. All right, ask me again real quick. I missed it. I'm squatting down so I can read it. And then we'll wrap it up. To grab your wrist, smack him in the head. Put it up there real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna say this is the bad guy. He's behind me. Boom, boom. It's so effective and it goes so fast. If you get hit in the groin, like if I get hit in the groin, it's gonna hurt. You can wear your groin cup if you want to under your pants, but awesome. Thank you. No, here's what's happened to me in the past in situations like that. I've been in the ring, very competitive, competing. I've been hit hard in the groin. It's never stopped me from fighting. Guys do stop fighting, and there can be serious injuries. But it's usually because they're weak here and they wanted to quit anyway. I've been wrestling around with a person to subdue them, get hit in the groin a little bit, and it didn't stop me from fighting. That's a myth. The whole thing that you're going to get hit there and you're going to go down and you're going to roll around on the ground, that's movie stuff. That's not what actually happens. Usually, if you're here and they're going for your groin, you're naturally going to protect it, right? And if they do hit it, it's going to be a glancing blow. You're wearing jeans. You're probably not going to be wearing soft workout pants. Maybe you are. They're not going to hit as hard. Your body's moving. Their body's moving. That whole idea of that perfect groin shot, that kind of stuff almost never works. Now, you might hit him in the groin. You might turn that from here, boom, bring that straight up, right as he steps in, right? That might happen. You might be here and you're hitting him here, or you realize you're sitting down, waiting for the bus, and the guy's coming up aggressively to you, and he's standing, and you're sitting, and his groin is bam. And that might happen, but I wouldn't imagine the other way around. That's how I work anyway. Always picture yourself. Your imagination allows you to think positive or negative. All the good things that can happen in your life, all the bad things. That's you. You have 100% control over that. Now, it might be your habit to think in the negative. You can turn it down, turn the volume down on those thoughts, take a deep breath, and make yourself consciously imagine all the good things that will happen. And so if you have the ability to imagine someone hitting you in the groin, what's going to happen? Imagine yourself, instead, the guy's going to go for my groin, but I'm going to move out of the way. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to be in the newspaper. I'm going to be a hero because I protect the little kid from the bad guy in the park or whatever with my cane. Whatever it is. Just imagine yourself. But make that your habit. We attract, one, what we are, and two, what we think about. You attract, I attract what you are and what you think about. That means if you're attracting a lot of bad people, then you have to take a look at who you are. What are your habits? What are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? Number two, what do you think about all the time? Oh, they're gonna get me. I'm never gonna have enough money. If you have that fixed mindset, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have this, I don't have that. And I know most of you don't. But if that's happening, if you're attracting a lot of that into your life, I firmly believe this is 1,000% true. I don't believe it's mystical or mythical. I think it's just how our brains work. And our brain tells us how to move, and we don't even know we're doing it. It's subconscious. So if you can keep imagining all the bad things that can happen, force yourself to, yeah, but you'll go to jail. Especially if you pull it out and you hurt somebody, you'll go to jail. It'll be murder, premeditated, because you carried a cane with a blade in it. With the intent. Why would you do that? Unless you're gonna, right? But if you carry this, it doesn't have a blade, but it's also going to be stronger. Those canes with the blades in them, they break all the time. I would never suggest it anyway, even if it wasn't going to get you in trouble. But don't do it because it'll get you in trouble. Back to the mentality. Imagine all the things that are going to go right in your life, and then they'll start to come to you. They do. I'm telling you, this is my whole life, is that if you focus on how you're favored, how you're blessed, how you're gifted, how good things happen for you, and then when you go out and you see opportunities to help other people, take them every single time. Don't try to save people who don't want to be saved. Don't try to help the people who need it. Help the ones that deserve it. And that's hard, and you'll figure that one out later. But reorient your mind from all the things that could happen negatively to all the things that could happen positively, and then you'll start to attract more of that. That's just a fact of life. That's what I've learned in almost 50 years. Let me know in the comment section, because this is always a discussion. I want to hear what you think in the comment section below. Check out those links if you really need if you need the cane. This is the lightweight training cane. And then that link, it says street cane. And I'm looking for one that's kind of in the middle of those two prices. That's also a great everyday carry cane that you can use both for training and for real practical self-defense. Because this will hurt, but the ones, this is rattan, the same as those collie sticks. Use the one with the oak, it's gonna break bones. It's gonna shatter bones and for self-defense. All right, so I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. You're welcome, it's my pleasure. Yeah, like the real Shaolin Buddhist monks. Just control your thinking. You can't control who you are or what you are, where you've come from. You might be able to change your name legally, right? But it's still your name your parents gave you or whomever gave you. You can change how you are as a human being, what you think, what you speak, and what you do, what your actions are. Thinking, speaking, action. You have 100% control of it. That's your superpower, by the way. So we ask little kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? They're really asking them about the job. What job do you think you might want to work when you're older, Johnny or Jennifer? And they say, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a nurse. Instead, we should reorient that because you want to live a fully engaged, worthwhile life. You should say, how do you want to be when you grow up? You want to be kind, honest, hardworking, disciplined, fair, brave, happy, joyful. You want to be hardworking. You want to be, you name it. All these qualities that we value have nothing to do with your job. The job is about the money and about the status and all this crap that we know brings us unhappiness when we focus on the wrong thing. But you can tell your son, your daughter, how do you want to be when you're older? You want to be more loving? You can do that now. Let's practice being more loving. Let's practice being more honest. Let's practice being more disciplined. Let's make our bed, brush our teeth for 3 minutes. Let's clean up the house before we leave. We can work on being more kind. Let's look for opportunities to say something nice to somebody today. You can do that when they're this little. And then when they get older, who cares what job they have? They'll be happy, hardworking, disciplined. Money will just flow to them. And this is what you can do now. No matter how old you are, you can immediately start to shift your thinking from who, what, all your BS stories that were given to you when you were growing up by somebody else that are not true about you. I'm fat. No, you're not. I'm too tired. No, I'm not. Bad with names. No, you're not. I'm not good with math. No, you're not. You just didn't learn it the right way. You didn't practice it enough. So instead, how do you want to be? You want to be more kind? Work on that this week. Find ways to be kind. You want to have more friends? Be more friendly. Do that right now. Do that this day. You want to be more disciplined? Okay, make your bed. Go clean the kitchen. Get the dishes out of the sink. Put them away. Pick up stuff around the house. And this is extremely, extremely important to be a martial artist, but also to be a human being and not be sucked in to what's happening in our world right now. Because in our world right now, there's a virus. It might be killing a lot of people, might not. You got to wear your mask. Other people say yes. Other people say no. This guy's running for president. That guy, if you live here. And it's in all countries, right? And there's this constant division. They pulled us apart as people. But we all live with each other. We're all people. We're all human. And we need to be humans being. We don't need to be humans spouting off racist ideas or socialist idea or whatever it is. Pick a side. The worst of each side of every argument. You don't need to be that person. We need to be the people in the middle who are saying, hey, our kids go to the same school. Does Mrs. So-and-so have enough crayons? Is the playground safe? Is there broken glass out there from somebody having a party there last night? Do we need to go clean it up? That has nothing to do with politics or stances in the government and all that stuff. And if you reorient yourself and you turn off the news and you turn down that garbage because all of the sides are lying to us, and you say, okay, how do I really want to be as a person? I want to be kind. I want to be honest. I want to be loving. I want to be truthful. I want to be worthwhile. I want to be disciplined. I want to be brave. I want to be all the things that you want to be. All the people you look up to, you want to be like that. Unless you look up to, and look at the opposite. It's the Kardashians. It's the boys who wear all the makeup, Jeffree Star, those kind of people who are promoting bad behavior, horrible. I'm not talking about their choice or their gender or anything else. I'm talking about their behavior, the words coming out of their mouth, the shallowness and all that other stuff. We don't need any of that garbage. We need, and I'm not talking about their lifestyle and all that other stuff, but that's what we get focused on. And they have millions and millions of views because people are attracted to that because they don't know what to stand for. You need to stand for something or you fall for anything. And that doesn't mean standing for a certain political perspective. It means standing for yourself. How do you want to be? Kind, honest, disciplined, you name it. Write them out. Write the list of all the things that you want to be, and then think about what actions, what words, what thoughts, what actions do you need to discipline yourself to have consistently. And don't expect change overnight, but you'll get change. You'll start making little changes. Those of you tell me all the time, I started doing the cane, or I started doing the bow staff, and then, I could only do 5 minutes. I could do 5 minutes 3 weeks ago, now I can do 10. Or I could do 5 minutes a year ago, and now I do an hour and a half. And I do all these other things on top of it. And that's the truth. All right. Yeah, it is. So ignore it. I saw the Jackie Chan. This always reminds me of the Chinese concept of this. You're poking the guy in the chest. You. You need to do this a little bit. All right. The man in the mirror, Michael Jackson. Whatever that is. Personal accountability, personal responsibility starts with you're attracting what you are and what you think about. So take a look at who you are and understand that how you are as a human. I should say how you are. Take a look at how you are, and you can change 100% of that. And take a look at what you're thinking about. You can change 100% of that. That's all you need in life. You do those two things, those are your superpowers. There's nothing that will stop you. When you were a little kid, they told you, some of you, especially if you live in the West, especially in the States, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. No, you can't. No, you can't. That's not true. Because most people don't know how to control that, and then control their actions. If you put your mind to it, that means wanting it. So just wanting it is not enough. You also have to those two things, who you are, or how you are as a person, which you have 100% control over, thinking, speaking, action, what you think about all day long. And if you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, oh, the world is so difficult, there's nothing good going on right now, I'm so stressed. Look around. Beautiful flowers, sunny sky, you have water to drink, hopefully, and it's mostly clean. You're not in a concentration camp. There's so many things that you have good going on. Focus on those and then go out looking for it. And you're going to start to find more and more and more. You out looking for bad, you're going to find it everywhere. Just turn on the TV. That's the reality. Most people are stuck on the headlines. They never read the article, and they never get out of their house and go see, oh, wait a minute. Portland's on fire. They're burning it down. Well, yeah, just like 3 streets or 10 streets or whatever it is. Minneapolis is going to be gone. The protest, yeah, maybe like a neighborhood. And yes, it's horrible. It shouldn't happen. But is that all of Minneapolis? I lived in South St. Paul, which is right next to Minneapolis. Beautiful place. Minneapolis Zoo, one of the most amazing things. Como Park Zoo, downtown Minneapolis. Beautiful. Now, is it the whole state's gone to heck? No. The whole city's gone? No. Are all the people there horrible, bad people? No. Right? And that's what my mentor used to say, is that, there are only, this is an old Jim Rohn quote, there are only like a few really rotten, nasty people in the world. And then the punchline of the joke was, but they move around a lot, so you might run into them from time to time. But that's the truth. They're not that many, but they do move around, and you might run into them from time to time. So, yeah, well, and that's if you've ever lived there, you know about Minnesota nice. And then we go over to Wisconsin. I mean, the whole world is like this, right? There are no bad people. There are bad people. There are people who do bad things. There are no, there are some people who are really messed up and their brains don't work right. But for the most part, you just gotta, you have to take personal responsibility. That's what I'm saying. Instead of this, look at these guys, look at those guys, look what he said, look what she said. Did you hear what he said? Take a look at that. What did I say? Could I have said it in a better way? Could I be more kind, more honest, more hardworking? And then work on it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I got to get something to drink.